All right. Welcome in, everybody. Why is my thing not updating? My prices aren't updating. Where's the price up? What's happening? Let me see. One of those days when things like get stuck. Let's see. I want you to update. Doggone it. I hope it's down enough a day that I can buy something. What's wrong with this thing? Let's get out of this and open it back up. Don't save. Let's see if this one's working. Tasty works. Is it working? Doesn't look like it's working. File. Name Empire. Y'all. The leverage ETFs have started the year out very, very weak. And because of it, some people are getting really, really scared. Now, those are the people that don't have a plan. So you got a plan, work the plan. I don't know why this is not updated. It's freaking me out. Toss, my RTD from Toss is not working. It's not giving me the correct prices there. Doesn't look like. And the other one's not either. Let's see. Here's my AIM Tasty Works one. It's just stuck. Let's close it. Let's see if my screwdriver's working. Screwdriver working? I said, is the screwdriver working? Beth and I went to Longhorn for lunch today. Oh man, is it good? Even this isn't working, y'all. Crapola. Let's close everything down. Open it back up. So we get some semblance of normalcy. But yeah, it's kind of funny. People are panicking. Oh no, I got to get out. I got to reallocate. No. Follow your plan. Follow your plan. And we have a plan that when price goes down, that we can take action. So let's see what our Tqqq is doing today. Hold on a second. I'm using my new keys. I've got the thing here. Let's see, trading view. I hit that button. It's supposed to open trading view. Let's see if it does. And it did. All right, so let's scroll out a little bit and see if we've got a problem. So here's Tqqq, and you can say, oh no, Tqqq is down today. It's down big. But look, it's at the lower portion of our upward linear regression channel. So we would expect that little where it's at right now to be some type of support. Here is its 200-day moving average. Let's see what the SPY looks like. SPY's down, but it's not down to the lower part of its thing. So the Q chart should look exactly the same as the TQ chart, right? It's just the TQ's got different leverage, different prices, but it all should look exactly the same. So there's the Q chart, there's the TQQ chart, exactly the same. We're at the bottom area there. So let's see. Why aren't you updating, little friend? Little old friend. Got this. TQs, it says, is at 144.47. I can't remember if that's a signal for us to buy or not. I'm hoping so, because I want to buy something. There we go. This one is going to make me buy 4 shares of TMF though, and not TQQQ. So let's see. Wouldn't it if it's got down to 142, we'd be buying some? Yeah. So 142, 143, I think it's a buy. That gets down to 143. And if it goes to 144, what is it? No. Okay, so and that's about where we're at now. So let's hit the back button to get back to some sense of normalcy. There we go. So we're close. We're close to buying more shares of TQQ to build up our empire. We need to buy more shares of TMF today. That's kind of cool. So now let's open our little screwdriver, give it a chance to open now that everything appears to be working. Yeah, I mean, if TQQ goes to 1 today, I'm not panicking. I'm gonna follow the rules. And some of you that are already in this may be like, oh my gosh, Bobby's taking me down. I got it. But again, I told you, we're gonna have wild swings in our net leg. And the key is, I'm not focusing too much on it because I'm a long termer. This isn't something I got to do this year, next year, the next year. I've got a 10-year horizon that I'm doing with my accounts, and I think we're going to be just fine based on all of our back testing and everything. So let's look at our chart, see what the markets are doing today. The E-minis are down slightly, right? It's at the bottom kind of at the bottom of the opening 15-minute range. Here was the cash open. So we're below cash open. We're below VWAP. We're below the hourly mid. We're below a pivot point. We're below the top of the opening 15-minute range, and we're below the overnight high. Are we above anything? Well, we're above the overnight low, and that's it. So if you were to say, hey, Bob, what's the tendency to do during the last 30 minutes of the day? Yeah, we got a lot of resistance above. So I would say probably more of a tendency to just keep on dropping. We look over here at our NQ. NQ is down 1.03, which means our TQQQ would be down 3% today, which is a big move, but I would like it to be down a little bit more so that we could actually implement a buy program before we finish today. But if it doesn't happen during our session today, I'm not going to watch it like, oh, I can't wait till it gets. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to follow my rules. I'm just going to update my account once a day. Forget about it. I don't care what it does for the rest of the day. And we'll recheck it on Monday. So the good thing about this is I'm not so worried about when my price goes down. My net lick will hurt on the NASDAQ, no doubt, but we've got a plan that says, hey, if it keeps on going down, we'll just accumulate more shares, right? Because we're long term. And, you know, any fool would know if we're going to increase interest rates, what does that do? Well, that means that money that is in the stock market would theoretically start moving somewhat into bonds to get, you know, a higher bond return than what we've got. So I don't think it's any secret that we may see equities for the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, especially NASDAQ that contains zero financial stocks. There are no banks in NASDAQ. There are no financial companies in NASDAQ. So financials do, banks do quite well when rates go up, but we're not in banks. And I'm fine with that because I've got a long time horizon. So if some of you are having, you know, if you're losing sleep at night because your account's going down, then you're probably trading the wrong thing. I don't want anybody, this should not hurt anybody. And it takes a while to get to that point where you go, I just don't really care what the market does because we've got a plan for either way. What logged in? I forgot mine. Yeah, exactly. All right. All right, so there's our market. AD is anemic at 35. You know, volume is what volume is. And we've talked about the market. Let's look at our big green monster. Big green monster. Some of y'all were having trouble drawing the big green monster. If you'll do a search on YouTube for Sweet Bobby Voodoo, you'll come up with a thing where I drew these charts. I'm afraid to even now tell where I get stuff from because I'm afraid I'll get sued, but who knows. So here we go. We expressed a little bit of support right here along that 80% line. Now we have fallen completely into an oversold condition. So our hypothesis for the next few days was that we would go oversold and back into the fair value range, right, to fill those voids and maybe even look at revisiting a point of control up there. So as I look at this, we are oversold. Here is where we draw the butt. Here's the butt. This is fair value range. So price on E-minis are currently oversold. All right, let's look at NASDAQ, since I have money in the Qs and the TQs. See what this is showing us. And waiting on that. Here we go. So this one is fairly priced, right? It kind of looks the same as the other chart, except the levels are different. So this is in a fair value range. This is fair value. This is an overbought condition and oversold below. So what do we expect here? Well, we expect it to stay within this fair value zone, maybe for the next few days. We would expect a level of support here, and perhaps some type of filling in over the next few days of this little area here and going to the value area low. Would not surprise us at all if price ever goes back to the point of control, that little red area here. where volume was really, really happy at trading. So it looks like we are fairly priced. If it goes down here, it's oversold. So the E-minis are oversold. The NASDAQ is fairly priced in this range right here. So these were kind of neutral to bullish here. And on the other one, we're more bullish on the E-minis because it's in an oversold condition. Some questions on that? And we draw these at the first of the month. And you'll be surprised how many times these green lines come into play. Remember, the green lines are something called market profile, which is the amount of time that price spends at these levels. The little turquoise, little blue lines over here, this is volume profile. And this is the amount of volume, or the amount of contracts traded at each price. So the most contracts during the last 10 days have been traded at this 16,484. All right, so let's go check our little skew driver. Come here, little skew driver. Yeah, I got the flows fillet today. Oh, that is so good, that Longhorn. Now I like it when they have the corn on the cob. Oh, with the crema or whatever they put on it. Oh, that's so good. All right. So we could go 28 or 31 days. I guess we could move this to 31 days. That's closer to 30, isn't it? So I'm looking for the 20-point wide spread that is trading at $5.20 to see how many points we are away from the money. So I'm waiting for this to change to 520. Where's a 520? That's 505. So it's around 65, 5. Come on, give me a 515 or 20. There's 510, still 65. Give me a 520. Give me a 520. There's a 540. Come on, little feller. Do some updating. Is volume this anemic today that we're not having? I guess I'm going to go with a 65 here. So the 20-point wide spread is 65 bucks away from the money, from at the current price. There it is, 66, 5.2, 66. So let's put that in to our little graph here. 66. 722. I gotta fix this thing where it'll automatically do this. Come here, little feller. Now, let's see what our skew looks like. So skew, we thought would go back down, but it looks like we're going up before we come back down. So we would expect a reversion to the mean normally between 25, 35, but of late, it's been a little bit higher. So we would expect the market, SPX, to go up in the coming days to normalize. Anytime it pops out, at some point it'll normalize. The problem is it can go here before it goes here. So it's not a definite. It becomes more of a definite that the market's going to go up when you're at these 95, 96, 99 extremes. Then it's all but a given that the market will go up somewhat to correct on the skew. But right now, yeah, we're kind of neutral to slightly bullish. All right, but that means nothing because we have an algorithm that tells us exactly what to do. So on this one, it's telling me, hey, Bob, the old TMF is down yet again. So we need you to accumulate 4 shares. All right, so what's TMF trading at? TMF is trading at It's trading at 25.01. So let's buy 4 shares blindly because my little thing says so. So TMF, accumulate, Bob, 4 shares. TMF. I said TMF. Nothing wants to work. And then I feel sad, like they say, do you want any steak sauce? Because if a steak is good, you don't need steak sauce. And I said, yes. But then I feel like I have to explain it to the waitress. I'm like, not that I'm putting it on my steak, I'm putting it on my baked potato. I try to do that to save calories. Instead of putting butter and all that stuff on it, I try to put Heinz 57 or A1 on my baked potato. So let's buy 4 of these. What do we say the price was? $25.01. So buying 4 TMFs, $25.01. See if we get filled. I said, let's see if we get filled. Jack squad crap. Here we go. So So field order at 24.9999. I like it. 24.9999. So let's go over here. The price was 24.9999. This is like the third time this week we bought TMF. Isn't that cool? Line 4. Trade date is 1/7/22. And that is not new capital. It's not rebalancing. It's not an underline. It's just a trigger. So you got to put no there. Now, if you come back over here, it should say do nothing, but it says buy 2 shares. Don't worry about that. Leave that alone. It'll self-correct the next time we come in. So don't worry about it today. Take the first signal and be done. All right. It's a little, I wouldn't say it's a bug in the algorithm, but it, something that I'm not accounting for, but don't worry about it. Worry about the one signal. All right, so we've got that. So we're buying 2 shares. Now, this is the part where most people would not show y'all this because you're going to freak out and you go, oh my God, Bobby, you've lost that much money in this account so far this year? Hey, baby, we're going to show it because I don't care. Well, I do care, but keep in mind, we're a long-term investor. So we started out with 47,975.58. So we're going to be significantly lower today, but we still got to do it. 1/7/22. All right, let's see what my net lick is for the day. My net lick is, oh, don't go dead on me, phone. All right, our net lick is 42,495.58. 42,495.58. So we're down 11.42% this year. Wow. I mean, it looks bad. I got it. But am I phased? No, I'm not phased because I'm working the plan. All right, so that's what the net lick is for the day. Let's go back over here. This is buy 2 shares. So we've got this all taken care of. All right, so let us, well, I needed to do my SPY too, don't know, my SPY net lick. Oh man, I didn't start this over. Let's see, what did we start with the year with? 47,975.58. Pretend that we started the same thing in SPY this year. So we did 45. So that means we would have put in 47,975.58. And let's see. I need to fix that over though. All right, I'll do this because I've got to figure out what SPY was at the beginning of the year to see how many shares of SPY that we have, then adjust that, and I'll do that. So we'll show that to you next week. But anyway, we're not doing well as far as our net lick goes. Net lick's down significantly. It's down significantly. So save this. All right, let's open the other one up so we can see how much money we've lost over there too. 2022. Let that open. And let's go over here. So we should have a trigger to do the same thing over here, to buy some shares of TMF. And let's just look at TMF real quick. Let's go over here, TMF, just kind of see what TMF is doing. Yeah, so you see we've kind of got a downward facing linear regression channel. It is below its 200-day moving average, and it is right at the bottom of the linear regression channel. And thus, our little shamunkabadoo is telling us to buy when it is low. So that's what we're doing. Now, could it go lower? Oh, absolutely. But we're going to continue following our algorithm. I believe in the algorithm. Let me go back to Tqqq. Because you remember we kind of added something the other day that said, remember when I was selling covered calls on the Tqqqs, which seemed like a good idea? Someone posted an idea that I kind of liked. If this thing on the RSI is above 70, everyone see that? That's a good time to sell a covered call on your shares, right? So you just kind of look at your linear regression. If it's kind of at the top of your linear regression channel and the RSI, the relative strength index, is over 70, you probably sell a covered call. So that would have been a great place to sell it, right? Because sell a covered call, what happens to the price of the shares? It goes down. That covered call would have been totally in the profit, So look here, you're up in the upper section of the linear regression channel. RSI is over 70. Been a great time to sell a covered call. on my 203 shares. Now, of course, it did go up for a while and you were taking a little pain on those, but then look what happened. Shaboom, right? So here we were, or you immediately took the profits there, waited again, you could have done another covered call right there. We're at the top of the linear regression channel. And again, RSI is above the 70 mark. Great time to sell a covered call there. So, I kind of like that, because rather than just blindly selling covered calls and getting run over and making money on your shares that you own and losing on your covered calls, let's do a little better job of strategically putting on the covered call. I like that a lot, right? So if it gets up here, sell a covered call. Now, you could have said, though, hey, Bob, you probably should have sold one right here. Well, it wasn't over the 70, right? So I didn't get the signal, but it would have been a great time, too, to sell a covered call. Would I sell a covered call today? Oh, heck to the no, because we're at the bottom of the linear regression channel. No need to sell a call, even though Tqqq could still keep dumping. But as of now, it's not. So I'm good. We're good with this. But isn't that cool? Y'all like that little plan? I kind of like it. It gives me a little trigger to say, hey, Bob, it'd be really safe to sell a covered call now. Because I want you to see, my friend, he just started buying Tqqq. He bought 100 shares yesterday, which was kind of good, right? Because he's had these 2 big days, so he was buying it here. So he's down a little bit today, but he's like, I think I'm just going to sell covered calls on these things. So let's look at it. Here's what he was going to do. He said, hey, Bob, I'm going to sell a covered call on Tqqq. So let's bring up Tqqq. We've got 203 shares. So what he was going to do is sell a weekly, right, 7 days out, and he was going to do an at the money call. So where's my little prices at? Bid and ask. I know there's got a bid and ask. Oh, here we go. So he said, hey, Bob, look here. What if I go here and you've got 200 shares? You could sell 2 covered calls and bring in $1,000, Bob. $950. Isn't that cool? And the great thing is you get to keep this $948 regardless. So if you're of the opinion that the Qs are still going to go down, I mean, you'd be great to sell a covered call, right? Hell, yeah, bring in $1,000 that I get to keep. Now, what happens if it goes above that? Well, you're making money on your shares while this thing is losing money. Or you could say, let's kind of hedge it a bit. I'm going to sell 1 covered call, bring me in $500, 465, 464. So there's all kind of ways that you can do to say, I hate, man, that my TQQs are dropping like a rock. It's down 3% today. Well, if you think that slide is going to continue, you can make a decision. Hey, I'm going to start converting this fall to some income. I'm going to get me $500 to $1,000 on 200 shares. Because that's what we've got is 200 shares. So we could easily sell 2 covered calls at the money, bring in $1,000. So, I don't want you to get so scared when these things start going down and you say, oh gosh, I'm losing big. And maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but I'm just excited because I want it to go down. I need it to go down a little bit more because I want to buy a signal. I want to accumulate more Tqqq. Well, Bobby, what if it keeps going down? I'm going to buy more. I've got a plan. All these other people that are running for the exit, oh God, all these triple leverage things are in trouble. No, I don't think they are at all. We've got a plan for it. And if the thing goes to 0 and it blows out, then I've lost what? A maximum of 70% of my count. Ouch. Boy, that would hurt. But it doesn't put me out of business. And it doesn't change my lifestyle because I'm using a small portion of my of my total net worth on this trade. That's why I wake up in the morning and I go, I don't care what the market does. I'm just going to follow the plan, not puking positions. The worst thing that you and I can do is puke positions. What do y'all say in chat? Which one is the real account, TOS or TW? Okay, guy, that's a really good question, right? So this one is a real account. This is real. This is not fake money. This is actual money. And I'm actually down 11% on the year. Now, the Tasty Work account is also a real account. But this account is owned by a buddy of mine that I trade for. So I'm trading this for someone else, and you know what, I share in the profits, right? I mean, we got a thing where we share the profits. You say, Bobby, you ain't got no profits this year, bud. You down $5,000. I got it. But yeah, they're both real. I do not like paper accounts, but if you want to, trade it in a paper account till you get comfortable with all the mechanics of everything that you're doing. Because what we have here is a very comprehensive strategy. I call it Sweet Butts. It's the Sweet Bobby Ultimate Trading Strategy. I used to call it Sweet Bobby Ultimate Tqqq Trading Strategy, but there's so much more to it than just Tqqq. But those are really, really good, good questions. So Stacy says, I'm actually doing similar thought with puts. I wasn't comfortable owning it at the top, so I sold puts at the 120 level, and I just build my empire where I'm comfortable owning shares. Absolutely. So y'all see what Stacy's saying. She said, okay, Bob, you got 203 shares and you were dumb to buy at the top, you idiot. So what she said is, I'm going to go and I'm going to sell. Let's go look at that. She says, I'm going to sell to get in. So she says, if we're currently at 144, she went and she sold, let's say she goes 42 days out, and she sold the 142s. So check this out. She said, you could do the same thing I did to start out and go, let's sell a put. Let's sell 2 puts to get my 200 shares at $12.50. Now, here's the great thing. So if you did that, you collect, what, $2,500? Isn't that great? So you collect $2,500. And if your price of 142, if price over the next 42 days stays above there, you get to keep the entire amount of money, the whole $2,500. It's a great way to enter. Great way, Stacy. Good, and thanks for sharing that. Okay, so Rod says he ended the year in his 402k at plus 29%. So far, my empire is down 9%, but not worried a bit. Trading the plan with diamond hands. That's it. The 401k, yeah. Yeah, diamond hands, baby. I mean, I'm in it. I believe that the components of Tqqq are going to do well over the next 10 years. So what's in the Tqqq? Remember, we're drinking Dr. Pepper, we're going to Walgreens, we're going to Costco, we're buying from Amazon, we're buying Pepsi instead of Coke, because Coke has told their managers to quit acting like they're white people. So because white people are the scourge of the earth, right? White people are tearing everything up. So we're drinking Pepsi instead. So we got all this great stuff that we're doing. Where's my components of Tqqq? Moderna components of QQQ. Let's find them again. It'll take me a second, but I want to show y'all because it's bearing repeating, right? So if you're panicking over the Qs, and I'm not, Bobby, could the Qs go into a 10-year bull or bear market? Yeah, I guess they could, right? All different stuff could happen. Here, I'm going to show you the components. I need to bookmark this page because I always lose it. All right, here we go.
Bobby, I think I saw that Lucid was in the NASDAQ.
I think Lucid is in
the car company.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, here we go. We'll see it all. Let's see if Lucid's in there. So here we are, y'all. We're going to view all. So we got Apple. Oh, wait here. Come on, baby. Here it is. So we've got information technologies, 50%. That's Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and it tells you the percentage, right? So we've got Apple. Y'all, Beth and I just bought 2 brand new iPhones today. We bought 2 Apple iPads at the end of the year. I use Microsoft products all the time. NVIDIA, Broadcom, Cisco, Adobe, PayPal, Intel, Qualcomm, Texas Instruments. I mean, I just am not bearish on these companies. I think over the long run, these are going to do fine. So let's see what all we find here. We've got Marvel Technology. Let's see. Oh, guess what? When I was getting my new phone today, I had to sign for it on my phone using what? DocuSign. So Spectrum was using DocuSign. I'm using Zoom today, right? I'm trading Zoom. I'm using Zoom. Let's see, DocuSign. There it is. DocuSign. VeriSign. All right. Then it's got communication services, 18%. So we've got Facebook, Well, y'all know the foolishness. Most of y'all are on my Facebook page. I mean, I'm in there in my underwear all the time and dancing and hollering and hooting. Google, they're in there. Netflix. Beth and I are watching a great little show called Offspring. That is an Australian show. Love it. Comcast, T-Mobile. I fired T-Mobile today. They're no longer my cell phone company. I'm going to Spectrum. So Charter, Electronic Arts, if you like your video games, Match. Isn't that the Match, like where you find your little boyfriend or girlfriend, a little love on the side? You got that in there. You got your Sirius XM, your Amazon, Tesla, Starbucks. I would say that's Burger King, but apparently not. That's Booking Holdings. Beth wanted the Starbucks today. She wanted to go to that little communist company and where they use little kids over in Ethiopia, wherever, to harvest the coffee. Lucid, there you go, Matt. Look, Lucid Group, Airbnb. I don't use Airbnb because I'm afraid somebody's going to film me, have a secret hidden camera and do the little pervy stuff with me while I'm in my underwear, and I don't want that. O'Reilly Auto Parts, y'all need to quit going to AutoZone, or what's the other one? AutoZone. You know what I'm saying? Go to O'Reilly. Matt goes and gets his little yoga uniform from Lululemon. Y'all go back to eBay. Don't forget it. Beth buys clothes at Ross and perfume. Dollar Tree, baby. My kids have a birthday party coming up in January. Little Red does. We'll get her stuff from Dollar Tree. Peloton. I'm not going to use one of them bicycles. No way. So Moderna. I've had one Moderna shot. I've had 2 Pfizers. But now if I had to do it again, where am I going to get my shots from? I'll get my boosters from Moderna. Why? Because I'm helping Moderna because it's part of the NASDAQ. Illumina, Vertex, Biogen, Costco. I don't have one close enough for me to use. Pepsi. Throw the Coke in the trash, even though Coke is better, right? Start drinking your Pepsi. Get your Keurig coffee makers out there and your Dr. Pepper. If you want your Monster beverage, keep you awake, do that. Go to Walgreens. Throw Hunt's ketchup in the trash, even though it's my favorite, and start buying Heinz. Kraft Heinz, get your Kraft cheese. Honeywell, CSX. Y'all, this is a railroad in the stinking NASDAQ. We got Cintas, all this crap. And I mean, this is great, y'all. You got utilities in here. I'm bullish over the next 10 years. Now, the next 5 years might be a living hell while we do this. I got it. It goes down. But if it goes down, I'm going to buy more shares. Because what? It's eventually going to go up. And we've got other trades around it that kind of insulate us and protect us. Isn't that cool, though? So Guy says, if you want to own TQQ, you could sell the puts in the money. Absolutely. If you want to get loans, sell in the money puts. Yeah, you get a lot bigger credit, right? And if the thing happens to go back up, shebang, shebang, you're doing good. But the biggest thing I don't want you to do, now, God, I know y'all, it takes a long time to do this. I told y'all, I used to be the one who looks at the trade. I've got one trade on. I'm looking at that trade. It's doing horrible. I'm going to puke it. No, that's not what you do. You look at your overall forest. How's the forest doing? Then you can kind of prune your individual trees. Don't worry so much about the individual trades. Now, you may not have my risk tolerance. I got a huge risk. I married Beth Colson. I call her Colson. I married Beth Cole. I pulled her out of the woods of Woodland, Alabama. I mean, I took a chance on that old gal, and it's proved to be very, very good. But I took a risk. A Ramburn person, Ramburn, Alabama, going with someone from Woodland, who is the heated rivalry. Well, that's unheard of. Theoretically, I should have got me a Ramburn girl. But no, I went into the woods of Woodland, Alabama, and found me a Woodland, Alabama woman. So I took a risk, and I'm glad I took that risk. So don't be so afraid, to take the risk. I'm long term. I am long term. I'm not doing this for my results this year. If I'm down 50% this year, I don't care, because I will have bought a boatload of TQQQ, and those companies that we just went through, I think they're going to be fine over the long term. Now, guess what? What if Lucid, or whatever that company is that Matt said, what if they go out of business? What if they go bankrupt? They will be expunged from the Qs. They will be kicked out of the Tqqq and replaced with another up and coming company. Every December, new companies come in and the underperformers are kicked out. So if you want to stay in NASDAQ, you better be doing something good. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Now, keep in mind, a simple Google will tell you that you can't hold this long term, that you're going to blow up your camp. I say hogwash. So you can listen to the experts or you can listen to me. And I'm actually not sitting in my underwear today. I actually have low britches on. So who knows more, the experts or me? I'm saying I do. But maybe I'm wrong. And again, this isn't my entire net worth into this program. Small part of my net worth that I'm going with this, that I'm showing with you. Okay. All right. So let's see what our little spreadsheet says in the other account. AIM dashboard is saying, oh, y'all, I got my first buy Tqqq. Look at that. That is so sweet. Well, let's do it. Let's do that. So Tqqq, while everybody else is flipping out and selling, we're going to buy one, just one share. So why is that? Wait a minute. Let me see. It went down to 144.51. That's fine. I'm gonna still take its advice. It's close enough. So let's buy one. Buy one. Let me see if it's still saying to buy one. Yep, buy one share. So let's go over here and do it. Tqqq. We're gonna buy one. Buy one. It's going back up. That's fine. I just want to do it. All right. So we got filled at 144.79. So let's put that in 144.79 AIM activity, just so you can see what it looks like. Tqqq. Bought one, so make sure that's positive. And we did it for 1721 or 22. Dang it, I made all those 20. This is 22. If I wrote checks, I would have a problem, but we don't write checks anymore. I use electronic banking for everything. Never even touch any money. All right, and the price was what? 144.79. 144.79. Asset accumulator view, 144.79. And you're going to put no. All right, so let's go back over here to the dashboard, see what it says. It still says buy one share. Don't keep listening to it. You just do the one thing, right? You do the one, Tqqq, make sure I got everything right, 144.79, no. All right, now let's do our TMF. This is TMF. We're going to, there it is, it's off now. Buy 5 shares of that. All right, let's do that. TMF, we're going to buy 5 shares. TMF, buy 5 shares. Change that to 5. Okay. And fill me some more. There we go. Activity is 24.89. Go to our activity trade 24.89. How many was it? 5? Yeah, 5. 5. 1722. And we'll put no there. Now let's go back and look at that now. All right, so it's buy 2 shares. Don't follow that, right? That's just a residual from the day. Don't worry about it. All right, so we got that done. So let's go see how much money we've lost this year. We made a ton last year, but we're starting out a little weak. And if you're, paper hands, it's hard to do. So let's, my phone's dead. Hold on a second, so I don't show passwords. Let me move it up here to the side and see what our net lick is for the day. It is not going to be good if you're just looking at net lick, but we look at much more than net lick. So it is net lick, Bob. No, behave. 40,000 180.63. Whoo, man, does that hurt? No. So we're down 10.91%. Anybody can do that, right? Looks bad. Does look bad, I'll admit. All right, so we've done that. Now what do we do? All right, let's close this. Let's take our losses. And let's go and do the next thing that we need to do, and that is our little daily 111 trade. Market's down. What a great time to put on a 111. All right, let's go over here. 111. I like doing those in the micros. Trade. All right, we're going to go closest to 60 days without going over. And we're going to do a long put vertical. We're going to make it 50 points wide. We're going to move that down to where we're going to pay $9.75, and then we're going to bump it up to $10. Let's find $9.75. Oh, it's gliding good today. Look at this. So now we're down to $13.50. Let's keep going. 50 points wide. And it got stuck. Keep going. 50 points wide. There's 11.75, 11.50. Keep going there, Bob. 10.75. Good. We're at 10.25. So maybe one or two more moves. There's 10. There's 9.75. Let's bump it up to $10. And let's buy that thing. And we're filled. There we go. You see our new strikes. So then we're going to go down and we're going to sell something for about 20 bucks. You could sell another one here, go up with 20.75. You're going to move your, strikes around. Either one of those fine. Let's do this one. 20.75. Boom. There's our 111 trade for the day. And I don't need to close any of my other ones, right? We said keep your theta, 0 to slightly positive. My Vega's okay, and my delta is 173. So I'm good. I've done my trade for the day. Then I'm going to go over to my activity, and we're going to do the exact same thing in the other account. Go, trade, macros. And I think this will be our 57th of these, and not a single loser yet. They have all been winners. Doesn't mean it's always going to be like that, but it is so far. Are you adding new cash to the account for buying the additional shares? I have not yet, but since the price has gone down in TQQQ, I am very much considered. Matter of fact, I thought about that on the way from Ingles grocery store a while ago. I said I need to put some more money in with TQQ going down. Exactly, that's when you would do it, right? So but when I do make another deposit into the account, I'll certainly let you know. All right, so we'll go to 52 days. And where did we do that trade? We did it as the 45.30. Yeah, I think, and some of y'all are in this part. You're in this part of your trading journey. You're in the part where you freak out and you panic. And I got it. I really do. And that's why I'm trying to get you past the panic. Don't panic. Have a plan. Work your plan if you believe in the plan. So let myself something for 20. I just love working the plan. I don't care if the market goes down or up. I just need volatility. I need movement. Let's put that down to 11. Got to do it in quarter increments with the macros. So let's do that. See if we can fill $11 credit. That should fill. I said it should fill. Jello pudding pops. Come on. There we go. All right. So let's look at our overall Greeks before we mess with anything else. So we're delta's 193. Our TQs are 209 delta. Okay, that's fine. Then our theta is nice and positive again. Our Vega is negative 181, down $1,000 on the day. Again, that's just paper in my mind. That is a paper loss. I'm not worried, unless I were to close all my TQs now, then it wouldn't be a paper loss. It would be a realized loss. But right now, it's just paper to me. And again, go through those 102 stocks that make up the NASDAQ. Are you comfortable being in those stocks? Now, this is why I love being in index and ETFs, things of that nature, where I don't have to trade individual stocks, right? Why try to find the needle in the haystack when you can just buy the haystack. So we're doing just fine. So now let's go and do our little components. Well, first of all, before I show my groups, let me take groups off. How's everything else doing? My MES trades are up $120 on the day, right? Our ES trades, our Black Swan hedges are up $17.50 on the day. Our VIX is down a little bit today. That's surprising. And both TMF and TQQ are down. And we got a signal to buy additional shares of that. So we got $361. I guess theoretically I could sell covered calls on TMF too. I'm not sure of the options that are available on TMF. Never even thought about doing that. But I would certainly do that on TQQ, given the, and that's the thing. You've got the shares, right? If you think TQQ is going to keep on cratering, sell your calls, baby. Create you an income stream from it. There's no problem with that. I could sell 2 covered calls, collect me $1,000, and if it goes down, I don't care. I keep $1,000. So all different kind of things, but I just don't think I need to right now. All right, so let's move this to groups, and let's move my 111 into groups. So I got 11157. So I think this is going to be the 11158. 11158. Right click, move to group. Gotta get it to show up on my screen. I've got so many things that they all won't show up on the screen. Go to large. I'm gonna be making some chocolate chip cookies this weekend. I am so excited. Beth and I just went and got the chocolate chips and all that kind of stuff. I love a good chocolate chip cookie on a cold day. But these cookies, the recipe I've got, you gotta sit them in the refrigerator for 24 whole hours before you can bake them. That's gonna be the hard part. Oh, I love a chocolate chip. So we're gonna say this is the 58th one of these. Not a single one of these has lost money so far. All right, so we've got our groups. Let's make it look big again so y'all can see everything. Yeah. Extra large. There we go. How are they doing today? Look at this. These things are all up on the day. Isn't that cool? On a down day in the market. It's the 30th. It's up 3. It's up $83. And I know a lot of you could go, God, Bob, you could close that. That's up 135%. My Tasty Trade says take everything at 50%. Yeah. But I need the theta. I don't want my theta going under 0. So you're exactly right. Let's look at our micro positions real quick. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Just show you our micros. So here you see we've got longs and shorts here. So remember, anytime that you can close, these are Black Swan hedges down here that I could theoretically close those shorts for 10 cents. No need to really. But let's go and look at our naked component of our 111. You could certainly close these and just leave on the, here's one, right, that I sold for $20. I could close that for probably $1.20. We made well over 50% on that. And if I closed it now, I would be left with a free, well, not actually free, I'd be left over with a trade that couldn't lose money because I've already made the money here. And it doesn't matter if the put debit spread loses 100% of the money, I still made a profit on the overall trade. Isn't that great? That's why I love these trades. Now, why am I not closing this? Well, number one, that's at a 1.22% probability of being in the money. And I got plenty of time to close it if I needed to. But right now, I want to keep that positive theta. And my theta right now is, what was it, positive 14 or something? Let's see, show groups. My theta now is 27. So you could take 1 or 2 of those off if you wanted to. But I'm going to keep the theta on there. Isn't that great? Yeah. So I think I've answered all y'all's questions. Anyone got any question at all? Questions? I mean, how are y'all doing through the down moves? That's my question. I want to make sure y'all are, if you're doing this, I want to make sure you're okay. Because I don't want you to, if you're losing sleep and, you're fidgety, like I don't care what the market does the rest of the day. I'm going to go enjoy my day. I'm going to go out, water my donkeys, feed my hogs, play with my goats. The FAR puts isn't positive data. FAR puts isn't positive. Yeah, a short put is positive theta. Oh yeah, the FAR short puts isn't positive vega. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. They're negative vega. Yeah. Did I say vega? I was supposed to be talking about theta. So if I made a mistake, I'm sorry. All right, good. So I hope y'all are all doing well. Everybody's safe and happy, and just let it play out. Let your little algo work. Let your algo accumulate shares on the way down, because guess what? You can't keep a good man down. Eventually, the Qs are going to go up. I'm convinced of it. And I just can't wait till I get a signal to buy additional shares. All right, with that, y'all have a great weekend. Roll Tide, and I will see y'all on Monday.